Any zombies out there?
It's showtime.
Ruby.
Ask for the Lord!
Here's Johnny.
Hello everyone, it's been a while. I hope you're having a fantastic quarantine. I figured I would do a video about my top 10 favorite books and graphic novels that I have read throughout the years and recently with the Coronapocalypse going on. But just wanted to go over a few of these books and share my thoughts on them and see what you think. All right, first book we're going to go over is The Gunslinger, the Dark Tower series. I love this book, but I am ashamed to say that I've not finished the series yet. Almost done. I am in the middle of the 7th book, which is The Dark Tower. I have about halfway through, but I took a new job and I haven't had a lot of time to read other than just smaller novels here and there, which don't take more than 1 or 2 sittings to get through. Because it's a lot easier with the 2-year-old running around if I can just kind of sit down and read a few pages at a time. But anyways, this book is very near and dear to me. I picked it up when I was in high school, my senior year, and I fell in love with this whole world that Stephen King was building here with Roland and his quartet. It's a fantastic read. My favorite book in the series is going to have to be Wizard and Glass, which is ironically enough, I didn't finish when I was in high school. I started it and couldn't get into it, and I picked it up a few years back, and I just absolutely love it. The story within a story, it's a fantastic read. Next one, Hellbound Heart. I'm sure most everybody has heard of Hellraiser or watched the movie, but this is what the movie was based off of. It reads just like the movie plays out. It is the most accurate portrayal from the page to the screen I have ever read. It's a fantastic read. It's only 160 pages maybe. You know, it's a one-sitting book. You can read this real quick. But it's a great, great book. I definitely suggest giving it a try. Great writing, great visualization. So definitely a good one to pick out. Check it out. The next series. This is Lord Lost, book 1 in the Demonata series. I picked this up after I finished Cirque du Freak by Darren Shan, which I really enjoyed. Cirque du Freak. It's another great series, 12 books in the series. It is a young adult book, so it's a very easy read, but it's fun, it's dark, and it's gory, and it's just an overall great book. This is a 10-part series. The first book, the first chapter really kind of just gets you and grabs you and keeps you wanting to know what's going on. It does kind of get a little weird towards the end of the series, but it's definitely a good read. I definitely suggest checking this one out. It's Lord Lost by Darren Shan, the Demonata series. So, I'm sure everybody has been watching The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. It is a fantastic show. I can't say enough good things about it, but if you like the show, definitely check out the companion books that Sarah Reese Brennan has been putting out. The first book here, I believe it's Season of the Witch, takes place before the first series or season. So it gives a little bit of a explanation about the characters and the tertiary characters. The second book takes place between series 1 and series 2. So it's definitely a fun read, and it dives into more than just Sabrina's background, but also like the tertiary characters like Roz and Harvey. It's a great read. I definitely suggest the series. She has another one coming out in May, so definitely check this one out. It's super good. And keeping on that same vein there, The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina graphic novel. This is a fantastic read. It does differ from the TV series, as this is set in the 50s and 60s. And there's some subtle differences with how the characters meet or meet their demise. But it's a fantastic read. The downfall is there is 8 books in the series. This only has 5, so they have not released the other 3 into graphic novel form yet, and it's kind of hard to find them in comic book form. So, it will leave you in a little bit of a cliffhanger. There is no release date for the rest of the books, but this is a fantastic read as well. And unless you've been living under a rock, you have probably heard about Lock and Key. Welcome to Lovecraft by Joe Hill and Gabriel Rodriguez. This is a fantastic series. I cannot say enough good things about it. Joe Hill, Stephen King's son, has crafted this world in Lovecraft, the Key House, the Lock Kids. It is just phenomenal. And Gabriel Rodriguez really brings this story to life with his artwork. It is definitely a different style of artwork than you would normally see, but it is fantastic. There is some subtle differences between the comic book, graphic novel, and the TV show. So I suggest giving this a read if you have watched the show, or watch the show, give it a read, or vice versa. But it's a great, great series. You'll definitely love this. There's 6 books in the series, so pick it up. Welcome to Lovecraft, this first one in the series. Now, Witch Doctor. I've had this book for years, never read it. I met Brandon Seyfried, the author, the writer of this book, at Rose City Comic Con, I don't know, 5-6 years back, and picked this book up from him. He signed it for me, and I just had never picked it up. But as I was digging through my comic books and looking for something to read, I did find this, and I gave it a chance. This is hands down one of my favorite graphic novels of all time. And it bums me out that it only has 2 issues. The artwork is absolutely phenomenal. I know there's a glare there, but it is just absolutely amazing. It's about Dr. Morrow and his ragtag gang of basically they're paranormal paramedics helping people out with paranormal diseases or issues, and it's a fantastic read. It's a great concept. It's a fresh concept, very Lovecraftian, but at the same time very original. I can't say enough good things about this book, and it really bums me out there's only 2 issues of the graphic novel. But if you can find this book, pick it up. I know I picked up the second one on Amazon. Like I said, they're just fantastic reads, and the artwork is absolutely stunning. I mean, just great artwork. Lucas Kettner is a fantastic artist, so check it out. All right, the next book that I just finished this series, Nailbiter. Another one, like Witch Doctor, it's up there in my top 5. This is a fantastic book. It's set in a fictional town here in Oregon, as well as Witch Doctor. That one was in Arkham, Oregon. This one's in a place called Buckaroo, Oregon. Both of them fictional. Buckaroo, Oregon, home to 16 of the most notorious serial killers of all time. You have Edward Charles Warren, who is the Nailbiter, who is kind of who this is fixated around, but the town itself is really what the main character. You have Chief Crane and Finch, the FBI agent, investigating this town, trying to figure out what's going on with all these serial killers. Fantastic book. Another great art, great visuals. I cannot say enough good things about this book as well. It left me wanting the next book every single time I finished one. I went out and bought all 6 volumes, like back to back. Fantastic book. Definitely give this one a try. Daphne and Velma. Picked this book up the other day at Barnes & Noble. My daughter and I are huge Scooby-Doo fans. We love Scooby-Doo, everything it is about Scooby-Doo, and when I saw this, I was like, oh, that's an instant buy. This is a great read. A little bit of a fresh take on the characters, but it still has a lot of the same feel of what you would normally see with, Daphne, Velma, Fred, Shaggy, and Scooby. It's a very good read, very easy. I think I read this in 2 sittings. So it's just a fun, short book. It is a young adult novel, so it's very easy to get through, but it's fun. So definitely give it a try. And following the same vein as that, number 10, Scooby Apocalypse. I have not finished this series yet. I haven't worked my way through it, but this is they took everything about the Scooby-Doo universe and threw it out the window and kept a little bit of the same idiosyncrasies that every character has. But the only two characters that previously knew each other before the story starts is Daphne and Fred. But Velma, she works in a secret government laboratory, basically creates these nanites that bring on apocalypse. Scooby is a government-enhanced cyber dog. Shaggy is a handler of all the dogs in the system. Basically, these characters are thrown together trying to survive the apocalypse and help Velma try to reverse what she did. Fantastic read. Fantastic fresh take on it. Definitely suggested. But let me know what you think. If you have any graphic novels that you suggest, leave me in the comments below. I'd love to hear about them. And hope everybody has a safe, healthy time through this quarantine. And we'll talk to you soon.